Well, had to get me another belt. I bought that belt, I don't know, a year ago, I think. They stretch after about a year, but she said they'll last 25 years, I guess. But you can do other stuff with a belt. So I got some extra holes punched in it anyway, but now it's got too much. I could have got it cut off, but I just went ahead and got a newer belt that's more secure. So if I lose more weight, might just get another belt. It's better to have one that's kind of firm instead of all loosified. Yep. They hauling the car over here. Isn't that something? You got a truck that's hauling the motorcycle, and you got a truck hauling the truck that's hauling the motorcycle. Well, look how blue that sky is, peeping out through the clouds. That's pretty. I said, man, this is half all the oil change. When I called them, they said, well, it might not be. This is how I keep my refrigerator locked. I push a stool in front of it, and it stays closed. You think you gonna not give me any toothpaste? See, I've been squeezing this thing for days. Still getting toothpaste. Beef stew, that protein shake. Maybe a spoonful of peanut butter. Just cut my hair again. Had to cut it off more often. Now I'm getting old. I'm getting them old wiggly hairs. So I had to cut them off, and then right here, trying to keep that straight. Try to look presentable. I went in, I cut my hair, and my grandson was out here. My daughter's supposed to be keeping up with him. So I see him. He's over at the well house. What are you doing? Don't be running off by yourself. He's over by the warehouse. I see him now. Boy, grandkids. They something else. So yeah, this shirt, I had it on when I was like 40 pounds. So it looks really funny. So I can wear it when I'm out here walking in the woods instead of dirtying up a clean shirt I need to wear out in public somewhere. I go meet a group of people that I can have something halfway decent. I figured I'd walk a little bit. I like this job. I have my phone, and I had like 9,400 steps before I come out here. You know, taking advantage of these trails my son made. It's so pretty and relaxing. I see why he likes it now. They say being close to the ground is better, I guess, barefooted, but being close to the ground keeps you grounded. Like the electricity and energy, and you know, it's kind of cool. All the different stuff. There's got to be truth to a lot of this stuff. There's only one truth, but a lot of this stuff makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Yeah, it looks like there's some limbs on the ground. And my son looks like he's trying to fry my egg over here. He's got part of an oven eye. That trail's kind of got debris in it. Like they went down that trail and then they went over to that trail. Out here, walking the trail. I gotta get me some, I bought me some shoes. They just hadn't come in yet. But I had the shoes. I had the box to come in, and I could order them, but then somebody told me the shoes I got are on clouds. And they're pretty comfortable, but somebody said there's always something better. So if you got something that works for you, wear what you wear that works. Don't worry about everybody doing something better. But they had these shoes called Brooks. They're comfortable, but with me being off balance, when I went to put on them jokers, I was like, whoa. I was teeter-tottering. I had to sit back down. They had so much cushion in them, I couldn't stand up on them because of the balance. It threw my balance off. So if I was able to stand up in them, it might have been better. I did go try. And Fleet has a thing where they measure your feet, how you walk on this little thing, but they said it's not perfect. So they said I should be like 9 something, and I'm 10 and a half. Well, they said we always go up, give you more room. But why is the machine not reading right then? It's crazy. My son-in-law come up with the idea the other day. He said he gonna move me and my son out of our rooms. They gonna take our rooms so the grandbabies can have a room themselves, and they have a room themselves, and put me in the master bedroom. Make it more comfortable for them to live there. And I was like, no, it needs to be uncomfortable so y'all get out. Love y'all, but y'all get y'all's own place, y'all be comfortable as long as you want, you know. But they've helped me out. I couldn't go in that room, and them being there drive me crazy. They've helped me out by being there, because I couldn't have touched all that stuff, you know. So when they move out, the room be cleaned. All I gotta do is get me a bigger toilet instead of those little toilets. So that's probably $300 I need to start saving for a toilet when they move out. And eventually I get the front door fixed. It's like a battleground here. All the trees. My son's walking too. How many steps you got in? Hey, listen to me. How many steps you got in?
Like about 9,000 so far.
Already? How long you been out here? See? He passing me like left and right. I made 1 lap, he makes about 50. And I got about 9,000. Took me all day. I make a lap at work for 10 minutes. It's about 1,000 steps. And I sit down. Another 10 minutes, next hour, I make another lap. Hey, look at him go. That's what he's got the original saying, trailblazer. Use that as my screensaver. Son lapping, doing laps around me while I'm out here trying to walk. But yeah, you get too much of a good thing and you want to do it over and over, they call it like going on a frenzy. So one of them's gonna give a speech on it, frenziness. I said, well, I just need to get involved in something else. Maybe I learn how to trade stocks or something. You know, buy tax lien properties. Who knows? Just make money. That'd be my hobby. Even if I only make a couple dollars. Want to buy cars, but buying cars, you have to have somebody to drive the other car. So that messes you up. And then they charge you. You had a fixed car. You buy like land. All you gotta do is drive to meet somebody and do a contract, bill a sale or whatever. You don't have to have nobody drive the land. Unless the person trying to buy it ain't got a car. That's a different story. But this is like, oh, I was looking down and still tripped on this stuff. He ain't cleaned this one up. This is a more dangerous path. But he zooms through here like Evel Knievel. One path to no man's land. Goes behind the house. And this other path He likes going by neighbors, giving the neighbors a stink eye. I had to watch my step. It takes me a while to get steps doing it this way. I could walk around the yard, but I'm so white. I'm like marshmallow. You know, this is different. I don't know what that means. These are the old shoes you've seen in the city. They'll throw shoes over the power line. I guess this is to ward off the animals. You put shoes hanging up on the tree, and then all the animals will come by and say, shoo, and run off. You don't have to worry about them coming in the yard. Now he's over there working out. Boy, he'll work out, do some sets, and he'll go walking. He'll work out, do some more sets, then go walking. So he is focused, no distraction. He's on a frenzy of being himself. But look at that though, how pretty the woods look. The pine needles fell through here. That's weighted down where he walks on it. It's like having a brown carpet. Isn't that cool? There's a neighbor. I think they got horses now, but they cut all that. It used to be all trees. All that right there was trees. And I think they bought 14 acres. I don't know how much they cleared, but they cleared it, bulldozed it, planted grass, and now they got horses in there. That didn't take them no time to do all that. We'll start hearing horses before you know it. Yeah. Then they'll hear the chickens and horses and squirrels and the hawks. Somebody said there was a bear out here the other day. I don't know. I didn't see it, but could have. You know, neighbors' dogs, grandkids. Those are the most vicious animals that we got around here. 3-year-old, 6-year-old, they're unstoppable. And now I go to work early. I had to be at work at 6. I get up about 3, my morning routine, and they go to bed, seems like at about 9 something, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, I might get 4.5 hours, 5 hours a day sleep. I'll be tired a little bit. Get up here and see how many steps I got. So I wanted to go to this little class tonight, and then I gotta go to bed when I get off, so I ain't had no caffeine. I just ate too much when I get home. So you gotta change, when you change your work habits, you know, your shifts, and you get hungry at a certain time of day. Used to, I'd eat in the morning and I'd have a couple of snacks. Well, when I got off work, it's too late to eat. Now, straight 8 hours, I'm eating again. So what I'm probably gonna have to end up doing, just making my coffee and then coming home and eating. Then I'll cut my food down a lot of calories that way. So I won't be eating in the morning and when I come home. You got to figure out a system so you don't overdo it. That's kind of discouraging because my phone don't update the app I have. Now, I don't want to have 2 apps because then that runs your battery down, and I just need one simple app. I don't need one app that's all fancy and distracts me. So just one app, tell me how far I walked and how many steps, you know. But it hadn't updated now. It looked like it's only like 400 steps, but it'd take a minute to calculate it. But you don't go that far when you're in the woods and have to watch all these little stumps and all. But when it's flat and on the other ground, I can walk better. But I got I got a callus. It feels like a blister, but I got a callus on the bottom of my left foot. So hopefully when I get these shoes, it make me feel better. You got to have good shoes to walk. You know, going good, man. My daughter's already trying to winterize the chickens. Guy just called me, and my daughter did all that day by herself. So she's winterized the chickens. She got an opening on that side and that side. So hopefully she knows what she's doing. I said, what about mildew and all? She said, it should do it. So I should have wore a hat. I just checked it. I got over 11,000 steps now. I had 9,400. And see right here, the driveway, right around the cars, that's a whole lot easier to walk. And I want more steady, straight. Cause I wanted to get maybe 15,000. I'd like to get eventually 20,000, you know. And if I could do 20,000 a day, then I could work on my upper body. And then if I get stranded somewhere, I should be able to at least be able to walk 6 miles to get out of it. So I've been working on this all this time. But you know, me and my mom, she took me camping, and we had to go on a hike, and I was in a lot better shape. And a lady walked all over town, and she recognized her. Well, it was cold, and this woman done all this, like triathlon stuff, getting ready for the hike. You know, she's an older lady, so she wanted to make sure she's gonna be able to make it. And then it got below freezing, we're shivering, and she ends up falling when she was preparing her campsite or a little bit thereafter, and broke her thumb and had to hike out of there. But the hike out of there wasn't as bad as the one in there, but it's kind of bad at night. Because in the daytime, there was raccoons, at least 2 raccoons along the trail, you know, so they wasn't too scared of us, but they wasn't growling, so they just wasn't worried about us. We all probably smelled like, you know, been out camping, had to smoke fire, and they probably, y'all don't smell like humans, y'all smell like campers. So they didn't mess with us. But yeah, 15,000, good goal, start out with. And this would cost me at least, what, every 2 weeks, $12.50. So, saving money. That's what it's all about. There's this thing called Upside, and also got a thing where I signed up for the gas station rewards. They give you like 5 cents off a gallon. And if you spend so much in a certain amount of time, they got promotions. It might give you 10 cents off or 20 cents off. If you fill up like 4 times in a certain amount of time. Well, you can use double rebates with this thing, which is kind of cool. So it says like 11 cents off a gallon. You know, you use the Upside. So you see the gas station and you claim the reward on the app. You know, so you claim it, and then you get the gas station and you got your card on the app that you use to pay for stuff. So then you pay for it and it recognizes that card, and then by a day, maybe 2 days, it'll give you rewards. Like first time I used it, like 2019 and 2023, and then I forgot about it because I didn't see the point, you know, whether it's gonna work or not. And then I deleted the app or got a new phone, but somehow it remembered me because of my email address and data mining, and the computers are smart. So I signed back up for it and sent me a code, verified my phone, and boom. So I've used it probably about 15%, just doing 2 fill-ups. I'd used it before because I had $10.30. So I said cash out, and it sent it to the bank I had on file. It wouldn't send it to Cash App, but it sent it to my other bank. So I made $10. You know, since 2019 to now. But I made like $1.50 within the last week. So I think I'll start using it. And if I'm going to that gas station, I'll claim both rewards, and it deducts. It doesn't give you all of it, but it gave me a pretty good bit. You know, like $40-something. I got $1.60-something, you know. And that was probably on top of the 5 cent off. So about 17 cents off a gallon. That adds up. You fill up all the time. You know, some people said they're making $500 a year. I was like, $500? That's a week's pay. You know, I could buy a lot of chicken and broccoli with that. That's about how much I'm in the hole on these chickens. $500. They barely lay enough eggs to support their food. I'm gonna hook them up to, if I could, put little harnesses on them and put them on like little walking belts to get generate power. Be like, all right, now y'all cooking with chicken, fried chicken. That'd be funny if you could do that. Kind of like The Walking Dead. They use these zombies as a power source. Pretty effective. But yeah. Doing all right on steps. Daughter's car looks like the hood. No, it's closed. It looked like the hood wasn't closed. Yeah, the dog's being lazy. They countrified now. Chicken's being lazy. Maybe because it's hot. But you know, they got the chicken song where they're laying eggs, and then they got the rooster song where he's saying he gonna make y'all lay some eggs. Yep. But you never know. Never know which way to go. So, you never know. Kind of like the job though. You know, a job's a job. As long as you got enough money to make it, it don't matter. Enough time to walk around, drive people crazy. That's what matters. I'll probably get 12,000 right here, and then maybe up to 13,000. Go sit down for a second. I mean, that guy taking a minute to catch up. The world is going sideways. It's spinning around. Figure I'd hold the camera a little funny. You know, this thing they used to try to tell people to do the cell phone image or whatever, but I usually like the landscape better. Yeah.